My question is, how does one stop the internal struggle and keep the peace in the face of stress, such as financial worries, relationship problems, and physical pain, and so on? When life becomes such a hard work, how do you maintain a peaceful and happy heart?
Mind, like matter, many components.
There are many components.
Many components. Even tiny flower, lot of particles. Then you see, bring shape, color, life, all these things. So similarly, mind, not just one single absolute one. No. Many elements. So as I mentioned earlier, healthy mind. Firstly, of course, compassion, these things are important. And also wisdom or intelligence, also very, very important role. Then each compassion, practice of or training of compassion and the training of intelligence or awareness, many other elements. And then as external thing, the development of the flower need certain time. Time factor also important. So similarly, our mental change, transformation of our emotion also take time. So the regular effort, consistently, very important. One short period, rigorous sort of training, then nothing, then again not good. Like flower, the watering, sun regularly, not too much, not
Too little.
Too little. So similarly, training of our mind also quite similar. We take various sort of aspects. Right? Some Tibetan master say, learn all. And tenzing lo shukcharu dugduna midawa samdons. Chig tawa tanjog lidin tagazik toname besuchigduna tanjog denjinga zo samdons. This sundoga tenzing lo shukchamu yugduna ya dame ba do samdons. So korgo kadu lo jaya di kajun.
So there's a Tibetan saying by masters who say that if observing your own kind of mental states, if you recognize that there is a greater tendency towards kind of grasping at things to be permanent, then you need to apply the antidote, which is to reflect more on impermanent and transient nature of things. And if you begin to recognize in yourself a tendency to take kind of your own time, not that seriously, then it is important to reaffirm your awareness of the preciousness of the human existence. And the existence as human being accords you the opportunity to recognize that preciousness. Similarly, if you begin to recognize in yourself a greater tendency towards grasping at your own self and ego, then again you need to apply the antidote to reduce that kind of strong grip on your own kind of personal ego. So this suggests that the specific application of antidote corresponding to whatever problems there are is crucial.
And like a physical health, the immune system, if immune system good, then some viruses, some viruses may not disturb much. But if your immune system, basic body's element weak, then even the tiny sort of germs or virus, it can create a lot of problem. Similarly, mental health is concerned. Your basic mental attitude is sound, then such as these sort of unfortunate things happening here, may not disturb much. But your basic mental attitude is weak. Then even tiny problems bring a lot of ups and downs. So now here, I think firstly, according to Buddhism or according to Jainism, which concept law of causality. Then all facilities which we consider something positive, ultimately all are under karmic or ignorance.
Domination.
So anything which under domination of ignorance is essentially suffering. So when we face some problem, it simply indicates its ultimate nature. So nothing sort of surprising. The body, in spite, take maximum care, some problems. That shows its basic sort of nature is suffering nature. That's Buddhist viewpoint now. There are three levels of suffering. Suffering of change, and suffering of
conditioning.
Conditioning. So understand these things. Then there will be no surprise. Oh, it's quite natural. Isn't it? Now, for example, some people avoid to mention death.
The word death.
Death. And also, they difficult to admit old age. More
Wrinkles.
More wrinkles and more difficulties. Some old ladies, some old gentlemen, even their
knees
shaking difficult, but try to show perfect that way. So that's unrealistic attitude. So here now, a person's attitude, old age, right from the beginning, this part of our life, and to become old, feel happy. I live so long. And also the sort of each stage, there's its own beauty. Young, very young, is beauty, I feel, very honest. They don't know how to tell lie. Very good. I think human positive quality at that time, I think very fresh. Then, of course, then eventually another level of life, sort of more able, feeling of more independent and can do more. That also is its own beauty. Then become old, a lot of experience. That also its beauty. So young one seek advice from their experience. So old people then can tell them advice from their own experiences. Isn't it? But you see, the young age, there's drawback. Middle age, drawbacks. Old age, drawbacks. Should know that. When finally we have to go, that's part of our life. Logically, there is beginning, there is end. So nothing surprise. So therefore, mentally, knowing these things, then some problems happen. Then you feel, okay, that's quite natural. I think that's important. I I think many Tibetans generally, in spite of many sufferings, they usually have the feeling or concept due to my karma. Less mentally, less agitation, less anger. So those unfortunate things happen, not just pointing on this person, this people, this country created that suffering, that much less. Of course, among the conditions,
Yeah.
the people or country also involved. But equally, my own karma involved. So then, the intensity of anger to blame, much less. Result, much happier. So therefore, the basic mental attitude, healthy mental attitude, is very key factor. Then some problem here and there can handle more easily. The basic mental attitude is weak, then very difficult. So how to build healthy mind? And if you believe God, yes, think God, and certain things generally consider bad, but there must be some reasons. God is full of compassion, full of energy. So that also helpful, isn't it? Then, non-believer, fact is fact. The Shantideva sort of advice, catches yourself.
The Buddhist Master Shantideva gives an advice that if the problem is such that if there is a solution, there is no need to worry about it. If there is no solution, then there is no point in worrying about it.
So that's a very realistic attitude. Things are beyond our control. But then too much worry, too much anger is foolish. And accept that. So I think realistic approach is, I think, very important. And my own case, of course, I cannot say my action is realistic. I cannot say, but basically, when some problems you see face, I always try to look from different angle. For example, we lost our own country, but me personally, the last 50 years, I think best period to learn from others' experience. Many people who brought different tradition, I had opportunity to learn from them, and opportunity to learn from scientists. And also having opportunity meeting with various people, rich, poor, beggar, AIDS patient, or leprosy,
Lepers.
and a spiritual leader, very useful. Each time I can learn something. Gain experience. So if still, I suppose in Lhasa, in Potala, in holy place, and remain as a holy person, I don't think these sort of experience can get. So therefore, looking from that angle, of course, lost our own country, a lot of suffering inside Tibet. That's sad. Otherwise, me personally, very fortunate. So sometimes I really feel gratitude to Chinese communists. Ultimately, they create using this opportunity. So good, like that. So looking from various angles. Then another thing, one face problem. You must look that problem from distance, from holistic way. Then that problem become smaller. If you just look that problem closely, then immense. But from wider perspective, 6 billion human beings there. Each one have some problem. I think here, few thousand people here, if we ask each one, I think each one have some kind of problems. No single person who have no problem. And I think last several sort of generations, same experience. In the future, till humanity remain this planet, problem is endless problem. So that's the nature of life. That's the reality. So looking at that, then your mind something
Opens up.
something open, so helpful. So now for, I think, exact time.
All right.
So good night.